Welcome to Compatible Minds, where we help you align your mindset, habits, and inner world for real growth. Before we dive in, hit like and subscribe to Compatible Minds. We're here to grow and level up together. Today we are talking about why you're not reaching your goals, but most importantly, what to do instead. Let's break down what you will learn today. Today we are diving deep into the psychology of achievement and the identity shifts required for lasting change. We will talk about how to focus on who you are becoming, what to do when resistance shows up, and finally, how your mind can become compatible with your goals. Let's focus on psychology of achievement and identity shifts. If you've been setting goals but struggling to follow through, you're not alone. Let's talk about why. Most people think it's a lack of effort, but often the friction is happening beneath the surface of our awareness. You don't lack discipline. You're not lazy. So why do you keep setting goals and not reaching them? What this looks like, you start strong, you feel inspired, then slowly you fall off track. The problem isn't effort, it's psychology. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is often filled with invisible psychological barriers. We're going to break these down next. Your brain protects your identity more than your goals. If you believe you're inconsistent, your actions will match that belief. To change your results, you must first change the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of. Your brain is wired for immediate reward. Social media gives instant dopamine. Your goals give delayed reward. This is where comfort usually wins. You're not avoiding the task. You're avoiding the emotion tied to the task. Fear of failure or judgment can be paralyzing. The next question to ask yourself is, what do I do instead? How do I bridge this gap and move toward the growth I desire? Next, let's talk through how to focus on who you're becoming. Most people focus on what they want, the body, the money, the success, the recognition. But if you only focus on the outcome, you'll constantly feel behind. The real shift happens when you stop asking, what do I want? And start asking, who do I need to become? Remember, goals are temporary. Identity is permanent. Let's talk about a simple 3-step process to focus on who you're becoming. Step 1, define the identity. Instead of setting a goal like, I want to make $100,000, ask yourself, what kind of person earns $100,000? Are they disciplined? Are they consistent? Are they strategic? Are they confident? Get specific. If your goal is fitness, the identity might be, I am someone who doesn't miss workouts. If your goal is building a channel, it might be, I am someone who creates even when I don't feel inspired. Clarity creates direction. Step 2, identify the daily proof. Once you define the identity, ask yourself, what does this person do daily? Not perfectly, just consistently. Small actions are proof. 1 workout, 1 page read, 1 video recorded, 1 hard conversation handled maturely. Every action is a vote for your future self. You don't become confident first, you act confident repeatedly. Step 3, track alignment, not outcomes. Most people track results. Very few track alignment. Instead of asking, did I hit the goal yet? Ask yourself, did I act like the person I said I want to become today? If the answer is yes, you're winning. Even if the results haven't caught up yet. Because when identity aligns, results become inevitable. So stop obsessing over the finish line. Define the identity, prove it daily, track alignment. The goal will come, but more importantly, you'll become someone capable of holding it. What to do when resistance shows up? Resistance will show up. It can show up when you're about to work out, when you're about to post the video. It can literally show up when you're about to start the thing that actually matters. And most people think resistance means maybe this isn't for me, but that's not what it means. What you may not realize is resistance usually shows up right before growth. Let's dive deeper. So here are 5 simple steps to handle it. Step 1, try to name it. Instead of saying, I don't feel like it, I say, this is resistance. When you name it, you separate from it. Remind yourself that you're not lazy, you're not incapable, you're just experiencing resistance. And that's normal. Step 2, shrink the task. Resistance gets louder the bigger the task feels, so make it smaller. Don't commit to a full workout. Commit to 5 minutes. Don't commit to finishing the project. Commit to starting it. Lower the barrier. Movement kills resistance. Step 3. Use the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself, I'll do this for just 5 minutes. Most of the time, starting is the hardest part. Once you begin, momentum takes over. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. Step 4. Detach from emotion. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to feel confident. Remember, feelings are temporary. Standards are powerful. Do the thing because it's who you're becoming, not because you feel like it. Step 5. Remember the cost of stopping. Ask yourself, if I give in right now, who am I reinforcing? Every time you push through resistance, you build discipline. Every time you give in, you strengthen avoidance. Resistance isn't a stop sign, it's a doorway. So the next time resistance shows up, don't panic. Name it, shrink the task, start small, detach from emotion. Remember who you're becoming. Because growth doesn't happen when it's easy. It happens when you move anyway. Goals are destinations. Systems are daily behaviors. Fall in love with the process and the results will take care of themselves. How your mind can become compatible with your goals. You're not failing because you're incapable. You're stuck because your habits aren't aligned yet. When your mind becomes compatible with your goals, progress becomes natural. What if the reason you haven't reached your goals isn't lack of effort, but lack of compatibility? Think about that. You don't attract what you want. You execute what you believe. And if your mind isn't aligned with your goal, you'll subconsciously resist it. Every goal requires a certain identity. If your goal is discipline, your mind must accept structure. If your goal is wealth, your mind must accept responsibility and delayed gratification. If your goal is confidence, your mind must stop protecting the old, insecure version of you. This idea is closely tied to what psychologist Carol Dweck calls a growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, this is just who I am. A growth mindset says, I can become who I need to be. Compatibility begins there. Next, why do we self-sabotage? Your brain is designed for safety, not success. It prefers what's familiar over what's possible. That's why people set big goals, but keep daily habits that belong to their old identity. You can't think like your past self and expect a different future. As philosopher James Allen wrote in As a Man Thinketh, circumstance does not make the man, it reveals him. Your thoughts reveal your compatibility. So how do you make your mind compatible with your goals? First, change the internal language. Instead of, I hope this works, say, I am becoming the type of person who succeeds at this. Second, normalize discomfort. Growth feels unfamiliar. Unfamiliar feels unsafe, but unsafe does not mean wrong. Third, act before you feel ready. Confidence is built through evidence, not motivation. Neuroscientists call this neuroplasticity. Your brain rewires itself based on repeated action. Every small disciplined act is a vote for your future identity. Finally, the identity shift. Here is the truth. Your goals require a new version of you, not a more motivated you, not a luckier you, a compatible you. When your self-image upgrades, your behavior aligns. When behavior aligns, results follow. So don't just chase the goal, train your mind to match it, because the moment your identity becomes compatible with your vision, success stops feeling impossible and starts feeling inevitable. Thank you so much for joining me today. Investing in yourself is one of the most powerful decisions you can make and something I genuinely believe in. If you're serious about actually following through on your goals, not just setting them, I've put everything into a step-by-step 30-day identity system. It's designed to help you build real discipline, consistency, and momentum. You'll find it linked in the description. Let's keep learning, improving, and building a more aligned version of yourself. See you in the next video.